Guys, my name is Caitlin and welcome back to my channel. I thought today I would do something a little bit different. I thought I would do a video about motivation, tips, tricks, and hacks. I don't know about you, but every so often, every now and then, I kind of get into a little bit of a funk where I'm less motivated and less driven to work towards my goals. If you don't know anything about me, if this is the first video you've ever watched of mine, you will know I work 40 hours a week at PNC. I also have some like other personal goals with writing and blogging. So I work a lot on those in my spare time. And so I think, whenever you're doing all that, you really have to be motivated and driven and passionate about the things that you're doing. And I think that if you weren't any of those things, you wouldn't be spending so much time and trying to pursue them. But like I said, every now and then you get tired, you get burnt out, you want to go on a vacation and your vacation isn't for like a few more weeks or whatever. So I thought I would share like some of my 10 or so best motivation hacks. My first hack to getting done and achieving your dreams is that you can't do it all, and so you have to cut corners. I think every successful person will tell you that there simply are not enough hours in a day to do everything. You want to be fit, you want to go after your career, you want to have good relationships with friends, with guys, you want to save money, you want to also have enough money to live your life and take some time to enjoy things and travel and see the world, and so you just want to do everything. I'm 22. I think if you're, you just graduated college, if you're young, even if you're like 10 years older than me, you're probably in the same boat as I am. And so there's simply not enough hours in the day to do all that. So my first hack is to cut corners. Find the little things in your day that you can eliminate to free up time. I think Mark Zuckerberg is very famous for doing this. He wears the same clothes every day because he saves brain power and has to make less decisions by doing that. For me, I decided to spend more money to park closer to my work building so that I eliminated the 10-minute walk there in the morning and the afternoon. And so that's one thing I do that gives me a little bit more time. So that's like cutting the corners for me. My second hack is to prioritize. You really have to be on top of a schedule if you want to get everything you need done. I make sure that I am moving very quickly, trying to get out of the city and out of my job as fast as possible. So I wake up earlier, go to work earlier so I can leave earlier and try and beat out some of the traffic. I have a scheduled routine I follow every day. I come home, I eat dinner, I work out for an hour, I shower, I write for 2 hours, I get ready for bed, and I do it all again. So writing is one of my biggest goals, so I'm making sure that I'm prioritizing my schedule around that. The third thing that's my next hack is to break things up into little chunks. If I said I wanted to study for the CPA exam only on Saturdays and Sundays and ignored it all week, I would never get there. If I said I wanted to just write only on these certain days and I wanted to have a novel completed in 3 months, that would be very, very unrealistic. So whether you're studying for an exam, whether you're writing a book, whether you're on a fitness journey, you need to do things in little chunks every single day and consistently. It's better to do something really well for only an hour a day than to do something once a week for 7 hours a day. You will have better focus and better concentration. Break things up into smaller increments. Number 4 is to write down your dreams, write down your goals. I was really inspired by Nastia Lukin, who said she made a vision board to visualize her goals for the Olympics because training was so tough and so hard. I think I might actually make a failure board about people that have failed with good ideas. If you guys would be interested in seeing that, give this video a thumbs up and I can make one. But what I do now is I bought this notebook at Target and it says, "Have a beautiful day," and every single day I write a quote down in it and I write down something that I've done. So I just have one of these for every single day. And like from this one, from 5:3, I said, for my quote, I said, "Now and then, it's good to pause in our pursuit of happiness and just be happy." That's from a Greek philosopher, so sometimes I do song lyrics or whatever. Another one I have is "Nothing is impossible. The word itself says I'm possible" by Audrey Hepburn, and I wrote that one on 2/26. And so every single day I do this, I look forward to doing this, and it gives me a little bit of motivation whenever I hear about famous and successful people going after their dreams and goals and the adversity they've faced and their wise words. It's very, very motivating. Number 5 is to celebrate your small accomplishments. Maybe if you reach so many followers on your blog, or, and maybe that's like not even half as many followers as you want, but you reach a certain milestone. I really believe that you should treat yourself. You should buy something nice for yourself, take a day off, or do whatever, because, that will get your brain thinking, and that will be very motivating to you internally and on like a scientific level, I guess you could say. Number 6 is cut yourself a break. Sometimes I get so worked up in perfection and making sure that everything has to be perfect. Blah, 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 blah. It's very easy to get bogged down in doing the same thing and just overanalyzing it, and then you're not actually taking steps towards your goals. I really love the quote by John Steinbeck that says, "And now that you don't have to be perfect, you can be good." That really speaks to me, just about stepping back, having less control, and just again going back to that consistent day in and day out approach, but not necessarily shooting for perfection, just shooting for doing the best that you can. Number 7 is to take a vacation. It's very easy to be constantly working on your goals, especially if you have goals outside of your work that you do, on a daily basis. So I think it's really important to go on vacations. I'm going to the beach with my family. I'm going to Florida with my friends, and I'm really looking forward to that. But it's also important to just have like a night off every once in a while as well. And number 8 is take a step back every once in a while and just evaluate your goals, evaluate your progress, and think honestly about them. Think of how you were getting there, what you were doing to help yourself, and remind yourself of how far you've come. And I think that's very motivating when you realize, oh, I started out with this novel that was only 10,000 words, and now it's at 52,000. And I might need one more edit, and it might not be accepted by a literary agent yet, but dang it, I really came a long way, and I'm proud of that. So just always take a step back and evaluate your progress. Number 9 is remember that other people have failed. Walt Disney failed because he wasn't creative enough to write for a local newspaper. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team. Abe Lincoln, how many different elections did he lose? I forget how many. The Help, a New York Times bestselling book by Catherine Stockett that was rejected 60 times by a literary agent. So just remind yourself that if you have the courage and audacity to be different, to put yourself out into the world, to do something with passion, to do something that's not necessarily the mold, you may be rejected. You may be rejected a lot. It doesn't mean the idea is not good. It doesn't mean that you're not good. It just might mean that people aren't used to this and they don't think it's going to sell. And in our culture, our society, money is really important, and the most profitable ideas are going to be the ideas that win, not necessarily the best ideas. But I think if you're an artist, you're a visionary or whatever, it is important to put your soul into those ideas and to make them true to who you are. So I'm still figuring this out, but you have to go about another way to make it marketable and to really make it work. But I think the important takeaway is just to remember that, if you're different, or whatever you're working on, it might seem radical to other people or whatever. Even if you aren't doing something that's different, if you're doing something that's hard and complex, and even if you're trying to excel in a sport, you're not reinventing the sport, you're just working towards your goals in the sport. It's still going to be very hard, and you're still going to face a lot of adversity and setback, but it's important to remember that all these great people, all these successful people have faced that as well. And that's not to say that I'm going to be the next great person, or all of us are going to explode into Walt Disney or or Allie Raceman or Michael Jordan or Steve Jobs or whatever, but it just means that, you know, on the level of success that you want to succeed in, if you are facing adversity and setbacks, that other people who have done things on a much larger scale have also faced adversity and setbacks. So essentially what I'm saying is, don't give up on your dreams. And number 10, I can't actually read my writing, and I went on that big rant. It says like start something new. So if you're getting like bored of your old ideas, don't necessarily give them up, but sometimes, you know, they might just need to be on the back burner for a little bit. Sometimes you get so tired of thinking about them and just really giving your all to them, and then like when someone rejects it, you know, it can be very, very devastating. But it's a good idea to just step away from your work and try and take an objective look at it, but also to keep yourself motivated and keep yourself working towards your goals, to pursue something different and to go after that with the same passion that you did with your old projects. So basically, never give up, keep trying new things. I guess this was like my first sole video. It was kind of crazy and all over the place, but if you guys like this, give this a thumbs up. If you want me to make a failure board, give this a thumbs up, and comment down below any of your great motivation hacks that you might have. I hope you guys have an awesome day and an awesome rest of the week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!